because here we go into the knife round, ladies and gentlemen, as Funshine did manage to make his way into the server. What a good guy, Funshine. All right, so we are going to go live here into the knife round, and they are going to make their bid here at Long A, doing a little bit of crab walking, a little bit of shucking and jiving, and we are going to see some knife frags coming out here in just a second, boys and girls. There you go, first blood. Nitro, cubed, no one. Streets, no one again, and Jay, and just like that, all of a sudden they've turned it back around. And there you go. So Jay and Silent Bob, no one over there, are going to be able to take them down basically single-handed for themselves. And the Flying V is going to get their choice of sides. They're going to opt for the CT side. So let's see if they can come out swinging here and take a quick look at the ping situation. Funshine at 80. Fade still at 100, but Cubed on the other side still playing with 100 ping as well. So it's kind of null and void at this point.
I'm not worried.
Not worried, huh? Well, you should be, because here we go, boys and girls. The Flying V versus Mostly Harmless on the CT side is the Flying V, Funshine, Fade, J, Dynamo, and no one. And then on the terrorist side, pardon me, is going to be Mostly Harmless, Nitro, Equalizer, Cubed, Equals, and Streets. And I'm probably going to muff the names Equalizer and Equals many, many times, because that's going to be a tongue twister and a half. But here we go, boys and girls. So, gonna see a little bit of aggression coming out here towards the catwalk, and they do actually go for the NOA stack, talking about the CT side. Funshine up on top with the 5-7 and a smoke to boot. And we're going to see whether or not they can make anything happen with that. Nitro going to get aggressive here in mid. Actually, Equals coming out from lower B tunnels. And they're going to go for that double peek on catwalk, and there you go. Going to do some good damage there. Is Nitro down to 58, Funshine down to 54. And no frags just yet. That mid to be smoke going to come out. Fade going to get aggressive here on mid double doors. They're going to go ahead and pop flash out. And Fade completely blinded, going to get taken down, and Funshine going to drop as well. Nitro, there you go, starting things off with a big 2-0. And that B bomb site is going to come under fire very, very shortly. But they do still have two members over there, but Street's going to chime in with another one. Equals goes down. And the last two standing are going to be Dynamo and no one in the backside of that bomb site. Not going to be able to find anything. Cubed and Equals, or Equalizer. See, I told you I was going to muff it up. Going to be able to find that last frag, and a four-man stand on the pistol round for Mostly Harmless as they walk away with it 1-0.
Yeah, and not a bad start. That NOA stack could have done really well for them, and they had the players in mid to stop that. I think what it ends up being is, sometimes they had two players in B and two players in mid, and those B players, you almost need to just pick something and just go get aggressive on it. And when they started doing that mid B split, those B players should have just turned and had their attention there and just shut down that portion of the attack and then just worry about the B players later. But instead, they just got into two separate battles and just kind of lost out.
All right, and here we actually see a walk strat coming into that B bomb site, but Equals, wow, that second shot was so beautiful, right onto the face of no one. That B bomb site has been yielded as he's boasting that Galil AR Sandstorm. And now a 3 versus 5 situation. I know you love it. And,
yeah, I do love that. Every time you do it, it cracks me up.
Yeah, buddy. I should have busted out the recorder for that one. So, going to be a pretty much wash this round. Flying V going to look to reset their situation and save their pistols here. And Nitro with the scout. Going to turn around. Oh, going to find one. That's going to be Dynamo back there in the terrorist spawn. Nitro's going to be able to take him down with a swift pistol. But Funshine two-tapping him away. Nice shots from him. And if I'm Funshine, I want to work my way over and get that scout.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be able to get away with it.
Did you see that in lower B?
Yeah, I did.
Jumping around the corner, he gets dinked and then dives to the bomb.
Yeah, and he actually saves that scout. So that could be huge for them. We saw this weekend at MLG, we saw so much how effective that scout is on these save rounds. And he could get some couple quick frags here for his team, and he could put them in a really nice advantage, as most of them have bought up that P250.
Absolutely. So it is going to be P250s and then that scout to boot on Funshine. He's going to spot one in mid, and actually he's going to tag him. So that's your MVP Nitro. And he was, well...
He's playing with fire here.
Yeah, he really is. Playing around in mid. They're going to go for an aggressive push here on Cat. They only have one member in B, and that's going to be Fade. Peeks out, spots him. Now he's going to come under fire very, very shortly. Going to lay a little bit of damage, but he's going to go down instantaneously. But Funshine's there with the scoot, and he's going to take down one. That's Equals' well-placed shot to the dome. And another one! And more damage being dealt, so this is definitely a possible round here for the CT side of the Flying V. All that damage done. Nitro sitting at 33. Cube sitting at 36. Equalizer only one sitting at 100 HP. That smoke's going to fade here. And if they peek out, they might have been able to catch Equalizer real quick. Cube on the platform in the backside of the B bomb site. Coming under fire. Finally, they're able to take down one. But Dynamo and Jay come in. Last man standing is Equalizer. 10 HP. Can they get it done? They do kill him. Do they have time for the defuse? Nope. They're going to grab that AK-47, try to get out of here. It's going to be close. He might perish with the bomb, too. Oh, and he does manage to save the AK. So a really close round and great job from Funshine. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and the big thing, too, is, not only do they deal so much economical damage, but Dynamo gets away with that AK-47, so he has a free weapon, and that's going to be solid work for his economy. But luckily, actually, I don't know if you noticed this, mostly Harmless, actually, two of their players just kept pistols, kept a 5.7 and I believe it was a P250 from the round before, so their economy actually wasn't as injured as it might have been if they had actually bought out weapons, so kind of a smart buying tactic.
Absolutely, but if you look at the situation for the money on the CTs, or on the terrorist side, pardon me, I mean, they're not doing too healthy just yet. I mean, that was a really detrimental economy round there. I mean, having to force 5 rebuys regardless of only holding on to pistols or not, I mean, that's expensive any way you slice the pie. Funshine picks up an AWP. We see an AWP in the hands of Nitro, so your MVP Blackbeard Award is going to be boasting the AWP for his squad, and we're going to see whether or not they can get anything done on the CT side now as they're down 3-0, mostly Harmless coming out swinging. And there you go. You see Nitro actually working his way around. They're going to go ahead and smoke off the B hall. So a smart play there, going to hold that off at bay as he's going to work his way down and towards those lower B halls and pick up that AWP. So in just a moment, we might see some sort of an execution. Nice nade on the Cat. Going to knock Equals down to about half health, 59 for him. And now they're going to go ahead and smoke out mid. So they are going to be making a bid for this catwalk play. As you see Nitro with the bomb on his back, working up to join his teammates. They have left one lurking at long A. And Dynamo is going to be trying to hold on to that area himself. So here comes the smokes and the flashes. Nice flashbang down towards CT spawn. Fade going to be trying to hold on to that. But Dynamo goes down at long. Fade finally able to get in on the action is Jay. Going to also take one down. But he's going to get flanked out at long. No, he's going to get one as well. And this A-hold looking pretty solid for the CT side of the Flying V. But just like that, Cube going to equalize things back onto a 2 versus 2. Nitro leading internally, but Cube is able to do it again. 3 frags for him. Now Funshine with the AWP. Going to be looking for one. He spots the shoulder of one at Goose. But Nitro with the AWP hiding behind that smoke as well. So this is going to be a really risky play. I'm turning off X-Ray for this round because I want you guys to see the reactions and everything. And there you go. Nitro is going to spot the shadow, takes him down, and there you go. Mostly Harmless 4-0.
Yeah, and that was actually really cool play by Jay. He did a great job of holding that A hit off, and he's got to be a little bit frustrated because he was a monster that round holding off the attack. Getting one cat, then getting one long, and then getting another one cat before going down. But Cube just coming up massive for his team and equalizing it in the mid round. So just massive plays by the two of them, and like I said, Jay just got to feel a little bit bummed out that his team couldn't back up that stellar play from him.
Alrighty, so it is going to be a save round here for the CT side, except for Funshine, who actually picked up an AWP. Looks like just to equalize the money situation. They're going to go for a walk strat into the B bomb site and boosting up on top of boxes, but no one is right there. Picks up 2 before he's finally executed. Equalizer going to answer back with 2 of his own. And just like that, we are going to be on a 3 versus 3. Funshine with the AWP. He's actually worked his way around through B halls. They got to be careful now. There's one in T spawn, and Equals is going to find him. And now flanking out that T-spawn flank is a flank of their own. So flanks on top of flanks right now, and he's going to be able to spot him, tapping away. Finally able to get it done. Jade takes down Equals in the B halls. And now Equalizer and Cube going to try to hold on to this retake now as Dynamo from outside of the B bomb site is going to go ahead and flash in for his teammate in tunnels. Comes through the window, not able to get that execution done. And Jay with the AK-47 in hand looking for the frag, but he's going to get peeked out by Equalizer and taken down. So a 5-0 scoreline now, mostly Harmless, dominating the early rounds in this one.
Yeah, but Quack, the Flying V, quack. They're actually having really good eco rounds, so that's a good sign that they can keep this economy a little bit in check. But at a certain point, they're going to have to win a round, and that economical damage on these save rounds isn't going to come into play until they get that round win.
Leg shot from Nitro in middle is going to do some good damage onto no one at the beginning of this round. They're going to go for a boost play at mid and try to get this AWP pick onto Nitro if he decides to work his way around to the top side of mid, and he might come under fire. No, they dropped from the stack, so unfortunately they're not going to be able to spot that one out just yet. As Funshine with the AWP once again this round going to be looking for some frags. And he's got one at green box at the top of mid who might be able to peek out and try to take that guy down. But Nitro working his way down middle as well. He's going to go for this peek. And working his way across. And there you go. Actually, a wall bang from Funshine and mid's going to catch him with 28 HP. He went for that quick peek, wasn't able to find it. Yeah, now they got to be careful because they know that the AWP is down there in mid. Oh, another wall shot onto Equalizer. And on top of the boost boxes at the garbage on long A, Dynamo's going to be able to catch out Street. So the man advantage. And look at that damage difference on both sides. I mean, 20 HP for no one, but Nitro and Equalizer both take down. Nice shot.
Oh, what a shot.
Sunshine Cubed decapitated by that large caliber bullet from that AWP. And now we are going to be on a 3 versus 5. So the best look so far for the CT side is, there you go, Quack Quack takes him down. Jay going to get one, gets the second one. Dynamo and Long A going to find the third. And just like that, it's going to be the first round on the board for the Flying V. The AWP has been salvaged by Fade for Funshine. And right now, my MVP's struggling. He's 1-5. Yeah. Your guy's only 4-4, so I don't feel so bad.
Dude, that round was actually really nice from Flying V. They need to keep that up. They did so much damage in the middle, whether it was with nades or that op shot through the doors, just spamming, and they won that early round damage battle. And if they can keep doing that, they're going to put themselves in a really good position going into the late round. And we have here, you know, we saw those, nice shot by Funshine, but all that economical damage finally coming into play. They win their first round, and after 5 victories, Mostly Harmless is forced to save already.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it happen so many times. I mean, even on that eco round, they got all members down, so they weren't able to stack the chips on that one. They got another 4 players, I believe, on one of the gun rounds as well, even though they weren't able to execute in the end. That round, they came down to, actually, that was a 2 versus 1.
This is going to be a mid-B split on this eco. Sorry, here it comes. Keep setting it up right now.
Yep, absolutely. Funshine's going to have to come up huge here. And he misses the first shot. He's got a teammate down there under fire. He gets the second, the flick shot, gets the third. They don't even realize that he made it by, but Funshine's going to shut it down. That's a 4K for him on the round. I'm glad that we got to see that first person from his point of view. And that's going to be the second round on the board for Flying V.
Yeah, and that's kind of confusing. Cube actually had a smoke and a flash, and I guess the flash they were just going to hope to get out and get that first frag and flash over B, but they ran into one guy in mid, and that could have been completely avoided if they had pop flashed that corner. That guy might have been completely blind, and they could have given himself the opening they needed. And so now they're back to a gun round though, and we actually see Equalizer with a scout instead of an AK.
Yeah, so interesting decision here. They actually go for a double scope setup as opposed to maybe picking up a Galil or something like that, because he went for full nade, so I mean, it would have been close, 2K versus 1,700 for the Scouts. So they are going to try to get Nitro into pit, which they are going to be able to successfully do. But the smokes are going to come down and cordon off that area. So he's going to be completely smoked off and useless at the beginning of this round. And we're going to see whether or not he can make that AWP count. They're going to leave him in pit, rotate their way back around towards mid. And I believe they're probably going to go for maybe a catwalk play here.
Yeah, or a mid play, but it's stacked up with Funshine. Nice shot.
Yeah, the flick shot up on the Cubed. Going to be able to take down early first blood again this round. Jumping up on the Xbox with no smoke. Equalizer is going to be able to trade that out, but Fade going to be able to pick off Streets. Oh, nice shot again from Funshine. The bomb has been dropped by mid double doors, and Nitro's got to make a play here at long A to try to equalize things for his team, but Dynamo did pick up an AWP as well, so just like that, utilizing the scoped weapons well in this round, is Funshine actually going to go down to a nice scout headshot from Equalizer. That's a pair for him on the round, but it is still a large to-do here, and no one's going to go ahead and peek out. Go back for the AWP, and 3-5 now is your scoreline. The Flying V picking up 3 in a row.
Yeah,
go around again, maybe.
Yeah, it should be. They've got some momentum, and they went down 0-5 pretty quickly, and Flying V just kind of coming back with it. And it's on the back of this double op setup they have going on, because Mostly Harmless, like you said, getting a little lazy, not smoking off mid, maybe trusting their opper to win that duel. But Funshine has been great with that sniper rifle, so they need to find some way to neutralize him to get into positions to attack these bomb sites, and they need to prevent him from being able to deal damage and pick them off so early.
Absolutely. That grenade down through mid, almost caught out some good damage. Cubed actually going to get chipped away a little bit, and almost a wall bang. There you go. Funshine finally able to get one done. And now it's going to be a bid for the catwalk area, and they're going to have to come up against Dynamo, who has an AWP as well. Fade from CT spawn. Dynamo is going to pick up a pair and make that a triple as he goes to the P2000, takes down Cubed. A fast round for the Flying V, and just like that, they're right back in this one, 4-5.
Yep, and they have all of that momentum now. So now it remains to be seen. There's not a lot of money on Mostly Harmless. Someone might choose to go for that glass cannon op. Maybe that's how they think. I've said it before. There's this pride. Yeah, he does do it up. Although he does have armor, but there's a lot of armor. So there's a lot of pride in these oppers that want to just constantly want to duel one-on-one. And instead of smoking him off and executing at him with AKs, they just oh, jeez. Pushing catwalk. He's playing so well for his team right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really keeping him in it right now, as you can tell. 12-6 on the scoreboard. Dynamo with the AWP. Fade going to find one in mid as well. And, the offense of Mostly Harmless just completely crumbling in these last 4 rounds. And, again, you're going to see a little bit of aggression from Fade here in mid. He's going to get flashed, but he's going to turn around. Actually, I believe turned around a little bit too early on that one and caught the flash to the face, so he does go down to the hands of Cube, but it is still a two-man advantage for the CT side, and with no one playing in that B bomb site, he's going to be able to peek out. He saw one, throws the flashbang out, going to blind him, but Equalizer actually going to get that pick through the flash anyway, and finds a second one through a flash. Are we going to see a ban here? Hello? But nevertheless, we are going to see Equalizer actually equalize things.
Wow.
Yep. See what I did there? Oh, Dynamo, though. Nice flick shot on the Cube, who was actually caught blind on top of platform by barrels. And now Equalizer with all to do. He's going to get walled down. 23 points of health. Dynamo going to completely end his reign of heroics in this match, or in this round, per se. And 5-5 is going to be your scoreline.
Yeah, and that's scary because, well, not scary, but, you know, Equalizer he had the advantage in that fight, and he just didn't commit to it. You saw him kind of move and try and spam through that box a little bit. And, you know, he was going against 2 ops, and those are so hard to retake a bomb site with. And if he had just committed to that fight, he would have put it into a one-on-one. So, I mean, these ops for Flying V are just doing so much damage right now to Mostly Harmless, and they don't have an answer for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you're going to see that smoke come out towards mid, but actually Funshine going to try to beat the smoke out. And unfortunately not going to be able to do it just yet. He's going to be trying to peek over top of that, but they are going to go for a bid here again in mid. And actually, it's a quick catwalk from the terrorist side, and they're going to be able to get up in here, and there's nobody watching that cross, so they're going to have to call out real quick to rotate over. And I believe that's actually, trying to figure out who it is, actually pushing in long. Dynamo is going to be trying to hold off this push towards that A bomb site. He's peeking around the outside of that smoke. He's going to get flashed, and still just patiently waiting for some sort of a peek to come out. They're going to go for the catwalk plant. And as of right now, he's not going to be able to find anything, but Fade is going to be able to pick up a double real quick, and he's made his way all the way around towards A ramp, and now the contest is going to be on catwalk. He's going to go ahead and drop the defuse, but Dynamo going to find one, but the spray down from Equals almost finds 3, but that defuse from Jay is going to come in, and he finishes out the round in the Flying V 6 straight.
Yeah, they've caught fire. And it's actually looked like Mostly Harmless. That was a really good round for them, and it looked like that player in the quad was going to get all those frags. They really did line up for him, and he just couldn't find it. But, I mean, geez, Flying V just coming back roaring behind on the backs of their 2 oppers.
And I just want to point out the fact that Fade was 1-5, and now he's 7-8. Okay. Nitro's 5-9.
5-9. Both our Blackbeards are doing real poor.
Yeah. Well, Fade's ping finally decided to equalize. So, I'm going to keep doing it. Oh,
no, you didn't.
No, in mid. Again,
yeah, he's dirty right now.
And now getting aggressive on Cat. Oh, man, Jay almost picks up the double. Actually, Dink Street's down. Dynamo's going to be able to clean up Equalizer, and that's going to leave 1 member left on catwalk. Going to go ahead and drop some nades over, chip away a little bit more health, but Nitro and Street's going to be your last 2, and they're going to be going up against No One and Funshine here in mid, should they decide to try to go out that area. But Funshine biding his time, playing his angles properly. Fade waiting for this push on catwalk that's not going to be coming anytime soon. 1:05 left on the clock. All those frags happened within, like, what, 20 seconds of the round start?
Yeah, and that just goes to show you part of the reason why these ops are being so effective is because Mostly Harmless isn't being cautious in the beginning of these rounds. Like, you look at Streets, he's just kind of lackadaisically walking down mid, and he might walk right into Funshine's crosshair. And it's an angle he's been holding multiple rounds, so the fact that they're not prepared for it just kind of amazes me.
Yeah, absolutely. Funshine looking to close this one out, and again, another triple for him that round. He's 15-7 with 5 assists.
Yeah, and
he was my backup for the Blackbeard Award too. I should have gone with him because I've had the chance to meet him on LAN. He's the nicest guy ever. He really is. He's the nicest guy. He brings his girlfriend to the LANs and everything. She sits there bored out of her mind the entire time while he's fragging nerds at LAN. But, you know, he's really been stepping it up these last couple of rounds. And, I mean, 7 in a row for his squad. And ever since he was able to get that AWP in his hands, he's just been doing absolute work. And you can see also the other offer, Dynamo, 13-5. But behind the smoke at long, Dynamo is going to get caught out here. And there you go. Nitro is going to be able to take him down. And now they know that it was an execution on long. So they're rotating one off of B. The bomb is creeping up by himself at long A. So I'm not really sure about this play. And actually, interesting decision there from Funshine. He actually smoked the cross, but I believe he gave himself a little bit of a gap in the smoke. Yes, he did. He gave himself a gap in the smoke to try to pick these guys as they cross because they are on eco. They don't have any smokes to work with, and they're going to be making a bid for this play at long A. And look at that, the rotation through mid from the CT side as well. One going up to the top side of mid, one on catwalk to support as well. And basically, they've cut off any kind of a rotation that the terrorists might have with 50 seconds left in this round. Here it comes, the picks. Oh, shot right in between them.
Yeah, not able to get that, but you're going to see Fade kind of pushing up, and he's going to pick one off, and Nitro with that op's going to have to do work as Equalizer takes one out in CT spawn, and Jay answers into the bomb site, so now it's Nitro left in a 1-on-2 at the cars. He's going to get that first pick, but he's stuck there.
He's in a position, though.
Yeah, he's in a good spot. He's looking towards long goal when he misses the shot.
Going to go for the repeat, and he's slowly getting chipped away. He gets the leg shot because for some reason no one decided to jump there, and ended up hitting him right in the toe, which is unfortunate. So a great duel there at long A, but unfortunately Nitro is going to come up short after picking up a 3K. Bomb's going to get defused. 8-5 is going to be your scoreline, but look at that bankroll on the CT side right now. 2 members sitting at 16K. They're going to be fine for the rest of this half.
Yeah, 2 rounds left. They're sitting real pretty no matter what happens. But, I mean, just 8 rounds straight. It's just kind of amazing that Mostly Harmless hasn't found a gap and an opening to steal that momentum back. And, you know, it's just this double op setup from Dynamo. Like, Dynamo and Funshine, they're just killing it right now.
But a good start there.
Yep.
Great opening prospects here for the terrorist side. It looks like one member is just going to, I thought he was going to quickly go in towards that B bomb site after getting that pick, but they decided to play it a little bit more reserved this round. Slow things down just a tad, if you will, and maneuver the remainder of the terrorist forces over here into mid. And again, we always talk about mid control on these maps, but it's not really that big of a deal here on Dust 2. But again, Dynamo, the AWP is coming into play. That's all we've seen in the last, and so far this round is 2 big off frags from both sides. Nitro able to pick one down mid, Dynamo able to get one through the long double doors, and
here's what's crazy. They have 4 smokes the terrorists do, and they didn't smoke T-mid. That was actually Funshine's own smoke, and it just amazes me that they're still just letting that gap in those doors go unchecked. You know, they've lost 8 rounds pretty much because of that angle that Funshine's been holding, and to not just block it off themselves is just insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, don't fix what isn't broken. I mean, Funshine able to get, like, what was it, 3 or 4 picks. He's going to find another one here in a second on a Nitro, and that's the AWP out of the hands of the terrorist side, even though Equalizer still does have one, but he's been a little bit more, well, I don't want to say quiet with the AWP, but look at this. The smoke coming in towards those B doors, and actually Jay's able to maneuver himself brilliantly around that. Funshine, though, is going to get roasted in the back of the bomb site from a well-placed Molotov. Equal is going to pick up the quick double, and now it's a 2 versus 2 bomb plant in the B bomb site. So this is a great opportunity for the terrorist side to get a little bit of momentum back, but look at that. Again, 2 AWPs in hand. They're going to go ahead and pick up an M4 and an AK, but Fade! Hello, Equals. How's your face doing? Reconstructive surgery with that AWP bullet, and he's going to be able to take down one. Equalizer going to push his way into the B halls, and pretty good positioning here from Equalizer. He's going to go ahead and throw the pop flash out, do a little bit of spamming, and there you go. He is going to be able to take down Dynamo, so 8-5, or pardon me, 8-6, I believe, as my scoreboard hasn't updated just yet, so it is going to be 8-6 coming into the final round, but this I still think this is a must-win round for Mostly Harmless right here.
Yeah, that last round was it was a must-win round for him, and they got a little bit of luck on their side as the Flying V teammate who flashed into the B tunnels into the bomb site kind of flashed his own teammate, blinded his own teammate who was coming in through window and let that terrorist live because of it. So, you know, sometimes that's what you need, just a little bit of luck to get back on the board and break the momentum as we're seeing a B rush here.
Yeah, absolutely. And trying to get his way over onto the B platform is going to be no one. He's going to come under fire, but no one's going to be able to pick up 2. Cubed answers back. Nitro's going to find one, but they've got Funshine in the back of the site. But again, Cubed doing work for his squad. I mean, he's been pretty solid so far, sitting at 10-10. But a quick 3 frags for them in that B bomb site. It was a firefight for sure. And now we're going to be looking at a 2 versus 3 retake situation from the CT side. And some good use of auxiliary nades this round is Mostly Harmless looking to walk away with an 8-7 scoreline as opposed to a 9-6 scoreline. And now they're the CTs are going to try to squish their fat butts through that window simultaneously. Not going to really work out. From Car, there's one, and Nitro looking for the second one, and he is going to be able to spray him down. So a 3K for Nitro again that round, and I think pretty much all of the rounds that Mostly Harmless won were rounds where Nitro came up pretty big for their side.
Yeah, Nitro or Cubed. Cubed had a lot of really nice mid-round situations in the rounds that they won, but I mean that half should have gone so much better for them. They started out at 5-0 and they ended with 7-8. So that's just a little bit crazy. It was a really nice CT side from Flying V with that double op setup, and Mostly Harmless just couldn't find an answer until those last 2 rounds of the half.
Well, you can actually see the effectiveness of it as both of the top fraggers for the Quack side or the Flying V side were their AWPers. So, and I mean, Funshine, if you give him free reign on a map, he's going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, and he just proved it right there. And, that one angle just was so productive for him. It's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So, We're going to be seeing this round come to fruition here in just a second. The second half pistol round is Flying V is going to be on the Terra side. For those of you tuning in, we're about at 19,000 viewers, which I love to see. It's No One, Dynamo, Jay, Fade, and Funshine facing off against Mostly Harmless on the CT side. Streets, Equals, Cubed, Equalizer, and Nitro. Not the Nitro that you're thinking, a different Nitro. But nevertheless, he's been doing pretty well for his squad so far, as he's going to be sitting at 12-12. He's the second top on his team right now, behind the Equalizer at 13 frags. So not a bad half from either side. Typically what you expect to see on Dust 2 thus far. So pretty evenly matched up. And now they're going to be going for a bid on this B-bomb site. Oh, Equals from the back of Plat, and B-bomb site going to be able to find the face of Jay. Takes him down, and now No One's going to come under a little bit of fire as well. Chipped away down to 73. They're going to be looking for a play here in mid. They're going to spot out Streets. A little bit of aim punch as Fade goes for the P250 as opposed to buying armor. And No One actually in that bomb site, but the rotation has come, and the bomb is going A. A brilliant fake from the Flying V side, as No One's still doing work at the B bomb site, keeping them distracted, and they think it's B.
They should hear it. Yeah, they bit on that fake so hard. What a play by the Flying V, and Funshine and Dynamo, their two top fraggers, are in great position here as the two CTs come up from spawn, up the ramp, and Funshine's going to swing out and get a nice headshot onto one, deal some damage, but not able to get the kill. And Equalizer needs to get this kill quick, but Dynamo's just going to peek over and kill him while he's reloading. And oh boy, what a strat, what a fake.
That was a great strategy. They walked two members of the terrorist force in that B bomb site. A very risky strat, nevertheless. If Equalizer was able to get over there and get those two picks, he might have been able to get the defuse out in time. But I mean, that was a well executed, well timed strategy from the Flying V.
Yeah, and here's the thing on that is, you know, the way the radar works, where you can see the bomb, there's no reason that you should be biting a fake that hard if you don't see the bomb on radar. And like, you know, they got into that B with just one person and managed to kill the guy, but it was only one person. And if no bomb shows up on radar, you need to leave one at an area at the other side of the map just to wait.
Yeah, and here you go. Aggression here in mid from the CT side of Mostly Harmless, and they're going to catch out Fade in lower B tunnels. A little bit of damage being done on the Equalizer there in mid. He did pick up the scout this round. He was able to get that frag on the Fade from mid pushing Xbox. But nevertheless, it is still 1:05 left in this round, so plenty of time for the Flying V to recover and figure out where they want to go with this bomb. And it looks like they're going to bring it back through terrorist spawn towards B, as No One is over here by the upper dark. And we're going to see an execution coming out here in just a second, as some nades going to be wielded very shortly. Here's some flashbangs, here's some smokes, some counter flashes coming out from the CT side. Completely blinded is Jay, but they're going to get the trades. And there you go, Jay again going to pick off one in window. And now it's going to be a 2 versus 3. So they lose the scout off of Equalizer. And looking for the retake is the CT side. They're going to find one in tunnels. That's going to be Cube taking out Funshine, as he does have body armor this round. And both of the T's are very, very low right now, but Streets with only a pistol and a 1 versus 2. And there it is. Jay's going to be able to take him down with a well-placed AK-47 headshot to the face. 10-7, as Crisis was averted on that one.
Yeah, but once again, a pretty nice eco. We saw some nice ecos on the CT side for Flying V, and now Mostly Harmless kind of brings it back into a good save round. But they need to start winning some rounds here. This could get out of control, and we're going to see if the double up setup on CT side is what won it for Flying V so far, and we're going to see on their T side how they like to play it, if they're going to want that double up setup again on the offensive half.
Well, you kind of saw how effective it was for Mostly Harmless when Equalizer and Nitro both had the AWP. They were able to string some rounds together. But when they started losing and they weren't able to pick up that double scope setup for their terrorist side, Funshine was able to just get free reign on mid and just do some serious work. And again, you can see No One holding an angle here in mid, going to do some good damage onto Streets and drop him down to 41 points of health. So again, the damage being dealt early in this round in favor of the terrorist side of the Flying V. And they're going to go for a mid play, and Equalizer going to be able to take down one. Looking for more blood here in mid. They're going to find one up on top of Xbox. Funshine going to chime in, but Equalizer's still alive, going for a knife. Not going to be able to find it. And with 2 HP, there you go. Jay finally dropped, but they are going to be getting that plant in that B bomb site. Good grenade coming out. Oh, I thought it was going to do more damage than that, but able to hide behind the wall. The very last second there was cubed. And honestly, in this situation, do you go for it 2-on-2? The economical damage you're buying next round, so you might as well, right?
I mean, no, you know, you need to get a quick pick, and if you don't get one right away, and it seems unlikely that you'll win, then you save. But it looks like they're going to go for it here, even though the time's already low, and Fade's actually going to kill. So that's a sign for Cube to just dip and run, and he needs to try and stay alive with his AK. Keep some economy up for his team. It's going to help him be able to afford ops later on in the half, but he's actually just going to hide behind the Xbox, and they might just chase him.
Yeah, and Fade's going to get that frag at the end of the round, so big 2K for him on that one. And we are going to go into our first gun round, but if they were able to hang on to that AK-47, like you said, it happened in the first half when Funshine picked up that scout and got a couple of nice headshots with it. You know, being able to save that gun or getting an AK-47 going into the first gun round is just going to save you from spending that extra $3,000 or extra, you know, 3,100 for that rifle. And you can see right now, Streets with the FAMAS, if they were able to hang on to that, then they would have been able to drop a weapon. But Funshine, again, picking mid's going to be able to get that early man advantage for the terrorist side of the Flying V. And now trying to work their way around from behind the smoke, and they line up. Dynamo's going to find them both. One member to beat a car. Here comes the nade patrol. Going to drop him down even more. I believe that's Cubed over there. Yeah, he's just going to eat 4 nades. And now trying to support his teammate. Peeking out from CT ramp is going to be one. No one going to go back into him. And there you go, Funshine with a double in that round. And all started with that great mid pick.
Yeah, and you know your team's killing it right now. Funshine with that op, Dynamo with that op. You know they've just been killing it this entire match. So, or Dynamo had actually had an AK that round, but they're just continuing that momentum that they built up in the first half from that double op setup, and they're just winning every duel they're in, whether they're blind or not. Mostly Harmless isn't able to find the kills fast enough.
Yeah, I think that was probably the most crucial round here in the second half. Mostly Harmless really needed to win that gun round to try to string something together, but unless they can eco them right here, which it doesn't, it's already starting off not very good, as No One and Dynamo and Jay going to go to work at that B bomb site. And again, Fade outside of long A. Actually, Nitro's going to get the better of him, but Funshine is there in terrorist spawn. And if he's able to hear these footsteps as they come around, one of them coming around from T-spawn. Actually, Funshine has the bomb, so he has to hightail his way right into that B bomb site and try to get that bomb plant. But, I mean, you can see Cubed, and I believe that's Cubed, sitting there at long A by the dumpster, so he's not even looking to go for this right now.
No, and he shouldn't, because that's an important AK to save. He's so far away. You know, even it looks like Nitro is in upper B tunnels. He's just going to try and get an AK as they exit, or maybe that one just picked up on the ground right there. And he actually needs to save that too, because their economy is looking piss poor right now, and they really need to start stringing rounds together after this one. They cannot afford to lose this next round, or else this match is over.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to see a 13-7 scoreline. Is Mostly Harmless falling behind the 8 ball right now, down 5 rounds. It's going to be 6 rounds as soon as that bomb expires. And they really need to get something in their favor here, because have they even won a round on the second half? No, they haven't. And Nitro is going to find Jay, and that was at the end of the round. I don't know, did he die before the bomb exploded? I believe he did.
That's unfortunate.
He's sitting at 7K. But nevertheless, I mean, he's got plenty of money in the bank right now. 6-round lead for Flying V going into the 6th round of the second half.
Yeah, and this is the round. This is where Mostly Harmless has to make a stand. They need to get at least, you know, they need to get at least 3 rounds won in a row here. They need to get, you know, because Flying V's economy is not that great. If you look at it, $0, 2,300, 1,700. If they can string together 1 to 2 rounds, they're going to force Flying V onto a save, and then that's where they can get back into the game. That's where they can find some momentum on those eco rounds, as long as they win them, and they can get back into this game pretty quickly if they can force that eco.
Yeah, and actually we saw at the beginning of this round, they went for that fast boost on Cat with that AWP in the hands of Nitro, and unfortunately he wasn't able to connect with that shot into lower B, so not able to get that early man advantage on the CT side, and he actually rotates back around to try to hold that angle that we saw Funshine holding in the first half. And as of right now, we can see No One actually throwing a pretty solid fake, and that's pulling people off from that A bomb site. So if they decide to work this bomb towards the A site, I mean, they're getting aggressive here on Cat. And Nitro's still spamming away, trying to find an angle here in CT spawn, but they're going to be working up Cat. They got 2 members of the CT forces up there. They're able to spot out one and get both of them, actually. Is Cube going to find 2? Jay finds 2. And just like that, they can make this parade into that A bomb site in a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, and they have A. It's given up for free. They were playing 2 in A and 3 at B, the 2 on Catwalk, obviously. So it's going to be on Nitro. Nitro needs to get this pick, and then these 2 people at long need to trade out Funshine. They need to check this pit. They need to be careful, and Equals has to take the fight now. Spraying, not able to get the kill, pulls out his pistol as Nitro falls down on Catwalk, and Funshine's just going to have a nice double kill in that round. And you know, that's the game. I think. I don't think Mostly Harmless can come back from that.
Yeah, they are on the money bonus right now, so they should be able to rifle up and see if they can get anything going in their favor in this round. But 14-7, I mean, 7 rounds down. It's only the 7th round of the second half. I mean, the Flying V is just they came online. I mean, they lose the first.
What was your bet? Was your bet
rounds?
16-7, or was your bet 16-8?
16-7.
Are you sure? Are you lying to me?
No.
God.
Confirm HLTV. Somebody in chat
Please?
confirm HLTV that I said 16-7.
Won't that be embarrassing if you get the first accurate prediction of the season?
Yeah, that would be embarrassing. But right now, it's not looking like it could be. I mean, Funshine getting dropped early in this round from a nice mid pick from Streets, who wasn't an offer at the beginning of this matchup, but he's going to pick it up this round. And look at this play that they got going at the B bomb site. I mean, they're going to do some great damage on a Nitro. 28 points of health left for him. Trying to push through that CT spawn smoke as your number one man Streets. But they're going to go ahead and get into this B bomb site. And there you go. Fade's going to be able to drop one. One member still sitting over there. That's Equals. He's going to get spotted out behind the smoke, and Fade's going to be able to take him down. So we are on a 2 versus 3. Now watching the double doors. Fade going to find one getting a little bit too aggressive there, a little too antsy, and he might be able to find Streets too. Yes, he does. So just like that, it's all turned around, and Fade coming up huge for his team. That's a 4K. Could he get the ace? Cube coming around from tunnels. Looking for the frag. Not able to find it, and he's got to be, oh my God, what are they doing? Double peeking like that?
Thank you, Cubed. Thank you, God.
Unreal.
What a shot. But yeah, you're right.
No, that was a great play from Cube, but they shouldn't have been double peeking like that. They should have just let the low HP player Fade try to take that fight, and if he drops, hide behind the box on Plat. I mean, he's got to come to you. No reason to peek him. Give him the
but here's the thing. Mostly Harmless, actually, on that 3-on-2 almost blew it. Maybe it's just being down so much they're mentally just not in the right place, and they were just single peeking the doors, not waiting for their teammate Halls to even be a factor. And then you look at the other end, they're just up so big that they probably just didn't care and just were peeking, trying to get that kill. You know Fade was trying to get that ace, so I mean, you're right. 2 mistakes on both sides of the coin, but nice shots by Cubed.
Yeah, and I mean, great recovery early round for Flying V. I mean, they lost a couple trying to get that mid to B take, and ended up coming up huge in the way of Fade, just unable to get it done. So we see the early pick again as Jay going to light one up at long A. Equalizer is going to be bowed out in this round, and we're going to see what the terrorist side of the Flying V decide to do this time. And it looks like they're going to be making a play for Catwalk, which is a bit risky. They've got that AWP on Nitro trying to hold things down. However, they're going to go ahead and smoke CT spawn. They've already rotated one around. And there you go, dropping down into CT spawn is going to be Dynamo, and he's going to be able to get the shot off. And just like that, Fade comes around. They double team Nitro at long, Cubed at long A. He's going to be able to find one, find two. And he's trying to hold it down for his team, but they got to be careful. Funshine's up here, and Goose watching down that smoke at long A. Flashbang's going to come out and blind him for the couple of seconds. Second flashbang as well, but Fade's going to be able to take down one, and Funshine takes down the last. And just like that, they break the economy once again, and mostly Harmless. I want to say they're down and out at this point. This is going to be a 16-8.
Yeah, the game's pretty much over at this point. You're exactly right. And, you know, that was actually a really good setup for Mostly Harmless. I don't know what's happening if they're getting blind, but they're just not getting the frags that they need. You know, the setup was great, and they just didn't get the kills. So, you know, maybe it's just an off night for these guys, but, I mean, these ops, you can't, you know, I know I've repeated it a couple times, but Funshine, Dynamo, that first round, that first half double op setup and just continuing into the second half has been so effective for him.
And again, Fade opening things up. He's gotten a lot of entry frags so far in this matchup. He's going to find a second one as well. Nitro is able to take down Dynamo, but sitting in the B tunnels is going to be no one who takes down Equals. And just like that, I mean, the defenses are shattered from Mostly Harmless. Street's able to put that deagle to use this round and pick up one in mid. That's Jay. But they got to be careful. No one's already worked his way into that B bomb site, and they're going to be hightailing that bomb over there once they manage to pick it up and terrorist spawn. Now, Streets not able to find it, but there you go. Cubed coming around from mid's going to be able to find one as well. So it is a 1 versus 2. This is doable for Cubed until he does that. And Funshine picking from terrorist spawn is going to be able to take him down. So again, a quick round right there. And unfortunately, 16-8 is going to be your final score. I was off by 1.
Yeah, I was off by a bit.
Funshine, Blackbeard Award. No question.
Yeah, no question whatsoever.
Question about it.
And you could even put like an honorable mention